Greetings and salutations, friends. Welcome back to another installment of Stamford Bridge, where we get to explore the historical roots of our name, at least a little bit.
What are we covering this week?
The Total War anniversary. Slight deviation from our usual topic, but as we are both big fans of Total War, or were, perhaps more.
Yeah, I used to be a really big fan of Total War.
More correctly, yes. It seemed too good to pass up as, what was it, was it the 25th anniversary? Yeah, 25th anniversary.
It was, yeah.
It's come a long way in both directions.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's just been a general downward slog.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's
the sludge, and we've talked about this before, right? It's like clearly the people who made Total War 25 years ago are not working at Creative Assembly now. And so you've got these people essentially playing in the sort of sandbox of what was created back then without any real understanding. It's the same with Warhammer. We've talked about this. Without any real understanding of what it is that actually made it great and why it was so good. And so they just keep like producing mediocre installment after mediocre installment.
Yeah, like there are definitely very clear indicators that they've lost their way. Especially as, if you think about it, right? The very first Total War game, Shogun 1, the very basis of Shogun was a revolutionary one. Like, nobody had done this before. The mix of turn-based strategy on an overworld campaign map combined with real-time battles with hundreds of little dudes, this was absolutely amazing.
Genuinely revolutionary.
Yes. Absolutely. Like, nobody had done this. Nobody had even got close to doing this. And the crazy part is nobody has gotten close yet and still.
I can't understand it. Like, why are other game studios not being like, okay, well, the Total War formula works and Creative Assembly is shit. We can just move straight into this market and eat it up.
Yeah, it's generally one of those slightly baffling things that nobody has really taken this formula and just repeated it.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
No, it's genuinely weird. Like, okay, because to begin with, right, one of the reasons was because of technological limitations. Like, what Total War did, again, it was revolutionary. Nobody had done this. Nobody even thought it was possible to do this. But now, the technology's there. We've got it. It exists.
Yeah, I mean, like, PCs are more than powerful enough to just do this. So what are we waiting for, lads?
Yeah, like, the closest we've gotten might be like Ultimate General, which does manage like the scale fairly well, but doesn't manage the campaign mechanics. And we've also got games like Steel Division, which has amazing graphics for the scope and scale of the battles it depicts, but it too has never managed a campaign mechanics. It's weird how, like, the Stumbling Stone appears to be combining the campaign gameplay with the real-time gameplay.
But also, I can't help but notice that the time periods are markedly different.
That too, yeah.
Like, why? Like, one of the great things about Shogun Medieval Rome was the time period that it was simulating. Like, sorry, no, I want the classical world. I want the medieval world. I like this. The armies and soldiers involved are just—it's almost like they're tailor-made for a fucking video game. Frankly, you know, it's like literally, it's all there. There's so much scope and depth and variation and difference, diversity, dare we say, of the factions in those times. That's like, well, okay, you can easily make a war game out of this. So why is it only Creative Assembly who are there bungling it up?
Yeah. I mean, the closest we've probably come is, what, Bannerlord? Maybe?
It's not the same style of game. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. It's not.
You know,
But
and don't get me wrong, I love Bannerlord, you know, but it's a different experience.
it is. But again, like it proves that this is absolutely technology we have. We can reproduce this stuff.
Oh yeah, it's clearly possible. It's just for some reason it's not being done by anyone anywhere at all.
'Tis a mystery. But yes, so Total War still somehow retains the de facto monopoly on this style of game. For 25 years, nobody has decided to become a competitor to this.
Honestly, it's so weird. So fucking weird.
And every game that has sort of kind of tried has massively failed on replicating the formula on either the campaign or the real-time side of things. And now, of course, we have a long period of evolution, which eventually then began turning around, probably with the creation of their new engine for Empire, Total War.
Yeah, that's where everything started going downhill, isn't it?
Yes, it was. Because Empire Total War was, of course, set in the 17 to 1800s, the Wars of Musketry. And a big reason why they created Empire Total War, and more importantly, the new engine, was because they wanted something that could replicate any battle period, like from ancient warfare to the more modern. And therein lay the weakness, because now you're no longer specializing. You're no longer doing one thing well. You're trying to do everything mediocre.
Yeah. And since this point, it's just been a long, slow decline for the Total War games, and it's been just genuinely disappointing. Because, I remember when Rome 2 came out, and it was total shit. It took about a decade for it to get patched and modded into a playable state. It is actually good now, I have to say, but it took a long time, and it shouldn't have done. Like, sorry, guys, you know exactly what you're doing, or you should know exactly what you're doing. And basically everything else since then has been really mediocre. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, don't know how to say it without sounding mean, but get your fucking shit together. Like, this is unacceptable, right? It's very similar to Games Workshop, where everyone's like, oh, the models are amazing. Do you want a game of Warhammer? No, the rules are shit. This edition is shit. Like, everyone is complaining about 10th edition Warhammer. It's like, you've been doing this for 40 years, and how is your game shit? How is it possible that your game is shit after 40 years? You basically are the ones who mainstreamed this. Like, How is your game shit?
Well, a lot of it comes, there's the wide combination of factors. Like, with Empire, it began with the idea that we want to do everything. We want to go wide. And then that they continued to, worsen over time, as then we had Rome 2, which released unplayable. Actually legitimately unplayable.
Awful. And it wasn't the graphics issue. So many people, complained about the graphics issue, but it wasn't that. It was the blobbing. The fact that men didn't keep their fucking formations. And obviously the AI was terrible.
In the first release, the AI didn't even know how to attack your units. They would charge towards you, stop, turn around, walk back, repeat.
Yeah, don't even get started on sieges.
Oh, God. And like you said, yes, Rome 2 right now is a great game, particularly modded. It's probably one of the best Total War games. It's genuinely excellent. But it wasn't done. It was a year away from release, and they released it regardless, because CA is one of those companies that, for weird reasons, they understand the social goodwill they have, and they're willing to spend it. They are willing to piss all over you because they know that if they release one more good game, it'll all be forgiven and forgotten again.
But the thing is, it's honestly looking like that's just out of reach these days. I had really fucking high hopes for Pharaoh, man. Really high hopes for Pharaoh. Because I love my Bronze Age, I love my fucking Bronze Age. And I was like, okay. And then when they expanded the map, and it's like, yeah, we've got Assyria and Babylon and all that. And I'm like, brilliant. But I just don't want to play it. it's just not very good, and I'm just gutted, genuinely gutted about it.
Because like Rome was the technical failure. That was when they failed on a technical scale.
Yeah.
But with Pharaoh and Troy, you could see the failure more on the direct gameplay scale. Because up until this point, there were always obvious engine problems. Like unit formations didn't hold like they did. The AI kept blobbing, so every fight was just a huge mosh pit in the center again and again. But they managed to sort of circumvent a lot of these failures with gameplay that was still good. In Pharaoh and Troy was when this last bastion began to collapse, and you saw the last creaky, badly repaired dam begin to leak again. And the worst part, too, is modders have actually largely fixed a lot of these problems. It's never quite perfect, and they usually have to fix things like the formations by quite violently intervening at the back end to force the models and the AI to behave in a certain way, but they've jury-rigged it into a form of functionality, yet CA never has. Most of the problems we're talking about have been constant for like 10 years.
I have lost.
And there's just no excuse for it. No excuse for it at this point.
No, they've had all the time in the world to fix it. They've had all the iterations in the world to fix it.
Yeah. And they've had all the money, and you'd think institutional experience.
Yeah. So basically, Credit Assembly has had a long collapse period, and they've finally burned through so much goodwill that the audience is now very carefully optimistic about what is to come now.
It's even the right term, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't call myself optimistic.
Okay, so one of the interesting things, they released a little trailer, and it's gotten a decent amount of attention, 100,000 views in 3 hours, etc. But the likes to like 14,000 likes, so less than like what, an eighth or something.
Yeah, but the problem is there's nothing in the trailer.
Yes, that's another big thing. So we can't play any music because modern day YouTube is garbage. But yeah, no, the trailer has nothing in it. There's nothing here. It's a live action trailer where you zoom in on a collection of people who do the thing that every single grand strategy game ever has done. How will you rule? Fucking Paradox has done this so many times. Europe Universalis, other Total War games. The entire, this entire thing, if there wasn't a logo at the end, this could have been the trailer for virtually any grand strategy game.
In particular, a Paradox game.
Yes.
It felt very Paradox. And don't get me wrong, love me Paradox games, but like, you know,
heresy's the question.
it's about the
Fire
battles.
is the
you know,
answer.
it's about the fucking battles, man.
Yes. And I also can't help but notice the gender diversity in it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, so they show Saladin, I presume, and I'm like, okay, fair. No, Saladin was a genuinely great statesman of the era.
Yeah.
But female rulers, influential female rulers of the medieval period,
Not that many of them, frankly.
I can barely think of one off the top of my head. Like, most of the time, they were at best like shadow figures, like behind the power.
Yeah, you got like someone like Eleanor of Aquitaine, maybe, but like again, she was never actually a ruler. She was the mother of rulers.
Yes, and she had a part in the English Revolt, but even then it was more like just an instigating factor.
Yeah, I mean, she spent like a decade of her life in prison as well for it. So
Yeah.
she didn't.
Service
But it was her
guarantees
sons
citizenship.
that did lots of impressive stuff, and she was like, the power behind the throne. You know, like so. It's just very, very woke nonsense.
Are you ready to rut
And
this yellow mare's fluttery buttery
the
bud?
big thing, too, here is that the announcement says, in early development.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, the tweet, early development, and we're going to look at like the little developer diary here as well. But apparently, the game is basically in pre-development, which is why there was nothing in the trailer. They've barely even begun working on this.
Fucking hell.
Trick or
So it's not going to be for
treat.
another couple of
I
years.
smell
then.
your
Yes, which I'm also like, okay, hold on. What has the main Total War studio been doing the last few years? Because Pharaoh and Troy were all Sofia, the Bulgarian
Are
studio.
you ready to
Yeah,
wreck
yeah,
this yellow mare's
Yeah,
fluttery,
what do they do with
buttery
their
blood?
time?
Yeah, like they've got like 800 employees. What the fuck have they been working on?
I guess they've been working on the Warhammer one.
Yeah, just Warhammer DLC, I guess.
Yeah, I can only assume that's what they've been doing.
Because
I mean, I hope that's selling well, but I tell you what, I was never a big fan of the Warhammer ones.
the Warhammer DLC has been falling off quite badly. Like the Warhammer one is probably one of their best-selling titles
Fire is the
ever.
answer.
It has sold like mad. It has been a genuinely incredible financial success for CA.
Did it?
And the big thing too is they got away. They got away with the big steal. Because they released Warhammer 1, $60, full game, loads of DLC. Then they released 2, an expansion pack at full price, another $60, another ton of DLC. And I remember at the time, like screeching as loudly as I can, listen, if you let them get away with $60 expansion packs, this will be industry standard now. I was like, oh, no, that totally won't happen. It's not going to happen. Total War Warhammer 3, $60, another $200 worth of fucking DLC.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm not even that bothered about the pricing, to be honest. For me, it's just I don't find the games good.
I find them to be poorly balanced in terms of appeal. Because there are factions that have been really fun. Chaos Dwarves were great. But the problem is the Chaos Dwarves feel so much better than the other factions that you kind of left sitting there wondering,
Are you ready to wreck
why
this yellow
would I
mare's
even
fluttery,
play
buttery
the
blood?
rest of the game?
Yeah, and it's a lot more restrictive than a normal Total War game, which I'm not a fan of, to be honest.
Yes, it is.
One of the things I loved about the original Total War games is that actually the freedom of it. You know, yeah, I could put an army on a boat and sail around to the Holy Land and conquer Jerusalem. It's like, yeah, and now I'm fucked because I'm miles away and I'm in the middle of enemy territory. But I can do that if I want to.
Yes, whereas Total War tends to have a far more linear, almost story-focused experience.
Yeah, I really didn't like it. Really didn't like it.
But it has definitely been doing well. Like it again, like the
Sure,
fact that CA was employing like 800 people. Like Jesus, the fucking payroll expenses alone.
Can only imagine, you know.
Oh yeah. But apparently they've just been making DLC, which is worrying.
No, I mean, hopefully, what actually has been happening in the background is you've got a team of crack coders, absolute autists, who are like, yeah, no, we're going to make the Medieval 2 engine, whatever engine we use for it, we're going to make it really suit the game itself, really put in a load of, like, you know, medieval mechanics, so it's going to be heavily religious, heavily fucking religious. So, you know, the Crusades, the Jihads, and all that sort of stuff, you know, we'll have all these things, because that was one of the things about Medieval 2 that was so great is the feel of the game. Right, and they did a great job with Rome 1 as well with the feel of the game. You remember you load in and you get the army marching past on the loadings on the menu screen, right? That was really immersive. It really, you know, had felt really well,
Trick or
like
treat.
suited in the
I smell
aesthetics.
your feet.
And the medieval one was even better because it had really like strong Christian aesthetics throughout the whole thing. You know, these are monks, these are crusaders, these are holy warriors doing things they truly believe in. You know, it's not cynical. It was completely sincere about all of this, and it felt impactful. And so they better fucking do that again. They better recapture that.
So one good bit of news, as we move on to like the little dialogue, little diaries things now. They have announced a new engine. Thank God.
I haven't looked at the diary yet.
So they are working on a new engine right now. So I'm presuming that's what they've been like doing a lot of developing. It'll be a make or break thing for them, no doubt about it. Whatsoever. Like the old engine was literally the beginning of all of their curses and their misfortunes.
Yeah.
So a new one, absolutely necessary, but it is, of course, a big risk. This one could be worse.
Yeah, it absolutely could be, and may well will be.
Yes, it may well be. We are now in new CA. They still don't really know what they're doing. All of the people who made the old stuff is gone, so this is a gamble.
I have lost. Shit.
Now, of course, since again it's very early on, we don't know a lot about anything, but they give us the usual blurbs about how they want to have it be a living world, everything reacts to your emotions, rewrite history, which I'm all like, okay, cool, but
Totally up for.
is that actually going to be in the game?
Well, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I'm totally down for it. Sounds perfect. Like it. Keep going, lads. But
Yep.
you're gonna have to excuse me for being so fucking cynical.
It is a lovely promise. Now let's see some of it actually delivered.
Yeah.
I'm saying here right now the game is in early pre-production. That's what worries me too. Early pre-production. So they haven't even started either. I'm kind of wondering why they even announced it. I guess it was because of the anniversary, right? There's like, okay, it's the 25th anniversary. We've got to do something
Ignorant slut.
big.
And this was the only thing they had left to pull out the hat.
Yes, like that also is like the problematic thing here. Like, okay, so the only thing you had to make anybody care about your anniversary beyond announcing more
Service
Total
guarantee
War
censorship.
Warhammer DLC, which was the other big announcement, is a game that you're thinking about making it.
Yeah, but this has
Trick or
been
treat. Can I
on
smell your
the
feet?
fandom's mind for a long time. We've got Rome 2. Okay, well, where's Medieval 3?
Mm-hmm.
It's been on everyone's mind for a long time, and Creative Assembly have kept it under their hat. They haven't said a fucking thing. And it just sounds, honestly, it kind of feels like desperation.
A little bit. Like they had to crack this out before they even had anything. So basically, their big reveal is, listen, guys, that thing you want, we're totally thinking about making it.
That's literally it. Like, you haven't got a fucking screenshot. You have nothing. And it's like, hey, guys, we know you really want this. We're going to do Medieval 3. Aren't you excited? It's like, no. I'm not just going to jump for joy. At this point, I'm so fucking cynical. I think you're just going to fuck it up, frankly. So, you saying, oh, we're going to produce Medieval 3 doesn't fill me with, excitement. What it makes me think is you're fucked and you're failing. And now you're just like, oh, we've got some member berries for you. It's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. And again, like they promise a lot of nice things. Like there's a part here. Once you go into battle, we want to make sure you feel like a real leader of your soldier. Master the ties of morale, discipline, and evolving battlefields. Manizkurt in 1221, leading your Byzantine army into battle. Your right flank is suffering from high fatigue, and on the left, your light infantry is being pushed back by heavy enemy troops. But when the rain starts, dirt turns into mud. The enemy sends in a last group of reserves to crush your retreating troops, yet in the forming mud and bolstering by your general's presence, your light infantry withstands the charge in a heroic brace. A park in the darkest hour that ripples through your army and starts to turn the tide of battle. Right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Is any of that going to be in the game?
How's it going to work? Like, I mean, Total War has always had problems, man, with like the just with representing battles, right?
Mhm.
Like it's never been perfect, and it always has been a bit video gamey in this regard. So like them saying, "Oh, we want this to happen, we want that to happen." It's like, okay, but like these things happen organically as a growth out of the mechanics, rather than you like kind of forcing it into the game. So if you can't make the mechanics function as a battle ought to be simulated, then that won't happen.
Yes, so there's a lot of interesting little like mentions there. So, evolutionary weather, like rain, that is a mechanic they have put in. I think they put it in Pharaoh, I believe.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Yeah, so
honestly,
that's nice.
But wasn't amazing.
No,
Like,
but it's, like,
honestly,
it's nice. It's something.
It's something, but it never felt like it decided the flow of a battle. You know what I mean?
Yes, and there's the big thing. It's nice. It's there, but it doesn't really necessarily affect anything all that much.
No.
Then you have also like pushing back. Yeah, pushed back by heavy enemy troops.
Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Before we go forward, right. So the thing is, for these things to feel impactful in the game, they have to. The player has to feel that they have a way of engaging with it, right?
Yes.
Now, there's a great example from the Second Punic War where the Romans are invading Spain, and I can't remember if it was Mago or whoever. He goes out to confront them, and Scipio absolutely gets the best of him. It looks like it's going to be a Cannae experience for the Carthaginians in Spain, and there's this sudden heavy downpour. And what Mago is able to do is, under the cover of the downpour, is withdraw his army so they don't get crushed. It's like, okay, how could I replicate that in Total War? Right? You know, if I fucked up and I get completely outflanked by the enemy, but luckily for me it starts raining, how do I replicate that? Because I mean, like, you could never actually fucking retreat in Total War.
Yes.
You know, if you lose, you just lose your army.
Yes.
So it's just like, what are we doing here? You know,
there's a lot of these mechanics, right? That needs to be replicated, and we're going to go through all of that because they go into the pushing back enemy troops, which is another mechanic, like the ebb and flow of battle, which Total War has never done at any point
ever.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist. Like, no, the front lines smash together, and then you win or you lose. That's it.
One of them routes, and that's it.
Like, if you're being very fancy, you might be able to retreat some cavalry and charge again, but that's about it.
You could never simulate the Battle of Cannae in Total War. And that was always one of my big bugbears about it, frankly, is that you just troops don't organically move on the battlefield with contact with the enemies. It just doesn't really happen. And phalanxes have always been really poorly rendered in Total War as well.
Yeah, very poorly. Because, well, Total War is based entirely around just killing the enemy. Whereas a phalanx's primary purpose isn't just to kill, it's also to control.
Yeah, it is to push them back.
Yes.
Like, this is the frustrating thing. Like, phalanxes in Total War are stationary. It's like, no, they are just forward-rolling engines of death.
Yes.
That force the enemy off the battlefield. Like, every phalanx should just have a little button that says advance.
Yes.
And you click it. I shouldn't have to tell them to move. They should just be constantly grinding forward, poking, and forcing the enemy back. You know, that's what a phalanx should do, because that's what the phalanx did. And yet Total War has never grasped this.
Yes. Like, because Total War has the idea of defensive formations. And defensive formations were actually relatively rare, because the point of a formation of a military maneuver isn't to just defend yourself against the enemy, it is to defeat the enemy.
Yes.
The phalanx was, I'm going to just push you back. I'm going to break your formation. I'm going to roll over you.
Yes.
The same with the legionnaires. They were thinking like, okay, I'm going to infiltrate your formations. I'm going to get inside amongst your spears, and I'm going to stab you. even like the cruder formations of the medieval world, a lot of things like the shield wall, was intended to be, I'm big, tough, you can't hurt me, I'm going to crush you.
Yeah.
Whereas in Total War, again, because you don't have that movement, it all just becomes static.
Service guarantees.
I then want to point out this bit. The enemy sends in the last group reserves. When the fuck has a Total War game ever simulated reserves?
I mean, you can keep things back.
Trick
Yeah.
or treat.
You as the player can purposefully, God, English word, impair yourself by holding units back whilst the enemy just...
And that's the point, though, because the way that Total War works, there is literally no point in holding reserves.
Yes.
Because if your guys don't get pushed back, there's nothing to reinforce.
Mhm.
If they just stand there, static, fighting, and the morale's fine, well, I'm just wasting a unit then.
Yes.
You know, there is no point holding reserves in a Total War game. And so if there's no reason for me to send a unit to reinforce another unit because they're getting pushed back because of the weight of the enemy unit shoving them off the battlefield, then there's no point having fucking reserves.
Yeah, and again, because it's all in essence just a big DPS race, all that's happening is that you are wasting a unit's worth of DPS.
Yep.
And so again, like whilst all of this sounds good, none of these are mechanics that Total War has ever truly managed. So let's talk about like the mechanics themselves. There is a game which is based on a tabletop game, which is Fields of Glory. This is like one of my favorite mechanical war games. It does the ebb and flow of battle very well, where when units charge one another, the units are then matched. And if a unit begins to lose, there are several things that could happen. One is that the unit begins to lose its organization. Like if the enemy is coming in amongst them, well organized, that unit might become dispersed, which makes it significantly weaker. Or the unit may be pushed back directly, opening a hole in your lines. It also focuses heavily on the terrain and the weather. Like, if you are in a situation where you are like at Agincourt, it's heavy mud, heavy sucking mud, it's really unfavorable conditions, your heavy footmen are actually going to be at a disadvantage against a lightly armored foe.
Yeah. And yet I just can't think of a single time where Total War has actually represented any of that.
Because it doesn't happen, because it's all stat-based. Like, because the heavy armored infantry is going to have like 5 times the stat of the light armored unit. And so if they get a 20% malus because they're in mud, right, they're still 2 times as strong as the fucking lightly armored infantry, so shrug.
Yeah, they'll still cut them up. Yeah, exactly. What difference does it make?
You've got to make it. You've got to make them more impactful. Like, because in Field of Glory, you just don't send your heavy formation infantry into broken ground because their entire purpose and point is the formation. If you send a phalanx into an area of broken up stones and rocks, they're going to get their asses beaten by skirmishers.
And this is literally how Rome won Cynocephaly. Literally how they won it. Because at first the Macedonians advanced in their gargantuan phalanx formation. I think it was Mummius who's like, shit, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. But they go over these hills that are uneven and end up losing their coherence. And so the legions can get among them and start hacking them up, and they win. It's like literally this is how the battle goes and how it actually went. And yet that can't happen in Total War games because it just doesn't matter. The phalanx is always this impenetrable block that never gets broken up.
Yes. So, like, if they want to do stuff like this with the like formations and rain, the easiest way to do it is to replicate reality, formations, and them becoming disorganized and disordered. And then there's the reserves, right? How the fuck do you simulate reserves in a Total War game? Because in Field of Glory, it's very simple. If your unit gets pushed back and you don't have reserves, well, now there's an enemy unit behind you. And if they can charge your flanks or your rear, your units will start to panic. The unit will start to get even more disorganized, and it causes a wrap-up situation. Like, that was the fundament of warfare for like 2,000 years, was turning the enemy's flank.
Mm-hmm.
And again, in a total war game, like, yeah, that sucks. Like, if you get charged in the rear, that's not a fun thing, but the only way you can do that is by either breaking the morale of a unit and getting through, or by just sending the cavalry around the flanks.
Yeah. And so it turns what it does, it turns every Total War battle into what is essentially an envelopment battle. Right?
Yes.
So the only thing to do is essentially mimic Hannibal as much as possible. Just have a really long thin line, have your best morale troops in the center, and then get your guys to just encircle them, and eventually you win. And it's like, don't get me wrong, that's fine. Totally fine as a tactic. But there are many other ways of winning a battle.
Yes.
Service guarantee.
Now, maneuver is a big deal as well. So there was a mod for Napoleon Total War. I can't remember the name of it. I've never been able to find the damn thing again. But what it did was that it took the maps and it just moved the map borders out until like the very edges of what was rendered. It made the maps like 7 times larger, like absolutely enormous maps, right? So now you had to actually use things like light cavalry to find the enemy. Horse artillery was suddenly incredibly useful because they could be rushed forward to occupy advantageous positions. The same with light cavalry. Light cavalry, who previously had no purpose because they'd just get their asses creamed by any medium or heavy cav, suddenly now is incredibly valuable for scouting and occupying advanced positions.
Yeah, because I literally never take light cavalry, ever.
Yeah.
Skirmish cavalry, light cavalry, why would I bother?
Yeah, because
Just
why
give
would
me,
you?
like 6 units of heavy cavalry so I can smash them in the flanks.
Exactly. Like, making the map larger and working on fog of war and concealment. Because now, as you said, like, the thunderstorm comes in, right? Heavy rain. Okay. Suddenly, your units have dick all visibility. Suddenly, you don't know what's in front of you. Your enemy might be repositioning a large part of his army, breaking away units, or even indeed attempting to retreat and having the ability to break away from you, instead of regular Total War where, you know, you're not getting away. You can't really run away.
Oh, that's another thing as well. When the units are engaged, there's no disengaging.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like if you try and move a unit out of engaging, they just rout. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they just turn around and get stabbed in the back. Like, no, that's not...
They just rout. Their morale craters and they run away. It's like, but that's not what happened. You know, units disengaged all the time.
Yes, because disengaging is... It's an actual maneuver, right? If you're doing an ancient warfare, it's about trying to move backwards whilst maintaining a front with the enemy, hoping for an opportunity to break away from the enemy.
Yeah, and the enemy doesn't always just rush forward automatically either. You know, like because a unit has to be coordinated. Your guys stand their ground until their captain tells them to move, right? So it's like a great example of where this goes wrong is actually at 1066 at Hastings, where Harold doesn't want his men to go down and engage with the disengaging Normans, and they run down anyway and get slaughtered.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh no, you fucking idiots! You know, hold your ground. But they didn't, but the Normans were perfectly free to disengage without routing.
In fact, that was the entire point of the Norman tactics. Their cavalry would run up, and unlike in video games where they just smash into the formation, they'd run up, the enemy didn't break upon seeing the charge, so they'd wheel away, stab at the enemy with spears and swords, and then do it
Javelins.
again.
Yep.
And yeah, throw throwing weapons, you say.
Yep.
Because the majority of the time, heavy cavalry didn't really want to just smash into a solid brick of infantry.
No one does.
Yeah, it doesn't work very well. Like, if it's a thin line, you can probably smash through it. But if it's a block, like 30 man deep, you're going to be stuck in there on a horse, surrounded by 10 guys stabbing at you.
Mhm.
So most of the time, a cavalry charge was intended to scare the enemy, like, because it's fucking terrifying. 100 units of heavy horse thundering down upon you. You need a pretty serious pair of balls to stand your ground in that scenario.
Well, that was always the issue. Like, it's literally just if you can stand your ground, you will probably be fine.
Yeah.
Like, there's a great medieval battle. I think it's the Battle of the Golden Spurs, where the Dutch townsmen defeat the French knights, because the French knights, of course, are like, well, we'll just charge them and they'll fucking run away. And the Dutch townsmen just stand their ground and end up bludgeoning the shit out of these fucking French knights, because it's literally as you described. They charge into this big block of formation, but now what? You're surrounded by guys who have got clubs and Gotterdammerings or whatever. I can't remember what they're called. But, like, you know, and then they went home with, like, all these golden spurs from these knights. And it's really about hold your fucking ground for the infantry.
Yeah. So, to begin thinking, like, how could we even replicate stuff like this? Larger battlefields is my first and foremost wish list thing. Much larger battlefields, because a large battlefield places a lot more focus on things like scouting, on light units, and on fatigue. Like, because fatigue is never an issue in a Total War game, 9 times out of 10. Because, again, it's just one clash of arms, and you're going to tire out roughly as quickly as the enemy is. If you've got to march to find the enemy, it becomes a much bigger deal. You might even want to wait before engaging them to let your guys rest. Scouting units become significantly more important. Horse archers become more important. Light cavalry suddenly has a fucking purpose again. Especially if you introduce things like objectives or areas that you can hold. Like, if there's a woodland area on the battlefield, for example, that is in a very important position on a hill or something, your light cavalry can get there and occupy it. And if the enemy cavalry moves up to try and occupy it as well, you've got light troops capable of moving within the branches and the trees with far more skill than their enemy heavy cavalry. So in that situation, in that area, the light cavalry is actually going to be an advantage over the heavy cavalry.
Not just like cavalry either. For holding strategic positions, light infantry is what you actually want. So there's a great example of this in Xenophon's Anabasis. They're fleeing through the mountains of Armenia from the Persians, and they have to organize this sort of 200-man strong strike force of light infantry to run up ahead of the Persians and capture particular outcroppings that are on top of this path that goes through. Because, of course, if the Persians captured these, they'd be able to throw down rocks on the Greeks as they went through. And so Xenophon gets 200 guys, and they're cheering each other on, you know, having a competition. Who can get up there the fastest? As the Persians are going up the other side, and they actually manage to get there, prevent the Persians from holding it, and make sure that they can get through safely. That's the purpose of light infantry.
Yeah, and there also comes the idea of mounted infantry. Because in these various games, the idea of dragoons, for example, the idea of a dragoon was very simple. It was a mounted infantryman. The purpose was, get over there, that piece of ground is important, hold it before the enemy gets there.
Sorry, I know I keep bringing up all these examples. What was it at Waterloo where the French were holding that town?
The British were holding a little town at Waterloo.
That's right. The British were holding the town, and that's holding up the French.
Yep.
You know, it's that sort of thing. Like, actually have genuine... Because one of the problems with Total War, again... Sorry, one of the problems with Total War is that it never really gave the battlefield a very strategic aspect.
Yes.
Like, you need to hold this house. Well, what's that mean? Well, that means that the French can't just kill your men, right? So if you've got, like, you know, however many infantry in a particular secure location, they'll get massive defensive buffs, right? So you know you've essentially locked down that flank, that area of the battlefield. They can't just rush past it. Same with Xenophon. It's like, look, if there is like a high cliff face, why can't the infantry throw rocks Like, throwing boulders down at enemy infantry is actually insanely powerful, and something any battlefield that has a cliff face can actually give you access to. Like, this is genuinely what they used to do. And of course, chucking big rocks down on people is very, very dangerous and a lot
Yes.
easier than actually killing them in hand-to-hand combat. This happened to Hannibal going through the Alps with all the fucking tribes. He lost like half of his army or more than because like just native tribes just stand at the top of cliffs chucking rocks down at them, and it's just
Yeah.
like, this is a really powerful battlefield tactic that you can improvise, and you don't do it creative assembly.
Absolutely, like battlefield terrain. Because they tried this in Empire, where they attempted to recreate the effect of Hougoumont at Waterloo, which was the fortified farm. But creative assembly are idiots, and so they make it so that each unit stands at one window, fires one musket, reloads that musket slowly, and fires again. Meaning that you've now got like 10 guys shooting against a formation of 120 guys shooting in.
And what are the rest of your guys in there doing?
Standing around looking like fucking tards. Because the reality of this was, like, they people weren't idiots. If they were fortifying a place where they could only fire so many people out of the windows, one dude would fire, the other ones would reload the muskets and pass it forward.
Yeah.
What would actually happen is you basically have, like, bang, get a new musket, bang, get a new musket,
It's
bang.
like a conveyor belt of
Yes.
reloaded guns. That's what they would do.
And if you make a nice big battlefield where there are several areas of import on the map that I don't want to do objectives because that's gay, and just
Yep.
retreating off the battlefield because a random timer counted down is not fun.
But like being archers in a wood, shooting out of a wood, is way more advantageous than being archers outside of a wood shooting in.
Yes. So
Like, it's
maybe
just-
something
it
like
goes-
maybe like buffs or something, where if you hold a certain area, you get a buff. Some reason to
I have
contest these areas.
Well, no, like for example, archers are shit firing into woods, right? Like there's all the branches and trees themselves provide a huge amount of natural cover to the arrows, and so if you have units stationed in woods, it should basically be pointless to shoot at them with archers.
Yes.
Like, as in, there's actually a reason for me to go and take these woods because the enemy archers will be ineffective against my units.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot more like this that they need to worry about. So, larger battlefield would be nice. And it also means that weather becomes an effect. Okay, so in a normal situation, marching your troops, like setting them up in column formations and marching them over, they'll lose minimum stamina. Like, virtually nothing. They'll be fine. Now, suddenly there's a heavy downpour, and the road you're walking across turns to mud. Suddenly, marching that distance is a lot worse.
Yeah. And think how tired your men are going to be. Think how ineffective they'll be when they actually have to fight.
Yes.
This is literally what Hannibal did at Trebia. He forced the Romans to go out without having breakfast, march through a river on a cold winter's morning, and fight for the entire day, while his troops were dry and well fed. Like, you could easily replicate that in Total War. Okay, there's a river they can ford. Okay, great. If you go through that river, you get a series of debuffs for the entire rest of the battle now.
Yep. Your troops are now cold and wet. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well done. They get, -2 or whatever to their attack and their defense.
Yeah.
Easy. It'd be so easy to do.
And this would also, again, give you a reason for the actual reserves. If you don't know where the enemy is, if you don't know what they're doing, if there's a big map where they could appear from any direction, reserves are suddenly important. Now, all of this does also depend on the AI being intelligent enough to use these mechanics, which is a big, big what if.
Yeah.
And also, the 20-unit limit. Fuck the 20-unit limit. God damn it.
Yeah.
I have lost. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it because you can get around it by having 2 stacks and things like that, walking around. I don't mind it too much. That's never been one of my biggest bugbears, actually.
My issue with it is, like, you can have two stacks, I agree, but like that usually just ends with the AI also having 2 stacks. Now you've just got a 40 unit limit.
Yeah, that's true. But that's fine. You can still engineer huge fucking battles.
Oh yeah, it's not even the size of battles I'm worried about. It's like certain factions, like in Warhammer, the Skaven, their fundamental idea is expendable units. And there is no such thing as an expendable unit in a 20v20 battle.
True.
I would honestly I would also like to see, I want to see the fucking unit limit be removed, and instead maybe have formations where a formation of heavy infantry might just be like 3 units, and one of light infantry might be 5 units or something.
No. Instead of having a 20 unit limit, what you have is a limit based on logistics.
Hmm. Yeah.
You could have up to 40 guys, assuming you have an amazing logistics train.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. See, that would be another thing too. If you make logistics a part of it, then supporting a big army becomes a part of the game, and moving into enemy territory might complicate the logistics, which might actually give you a reason for raiding for once. Because the primary reason for raiding wasn't first and foremost to get wealth. That was nice, obviously, but you needed to feed your army. They needed to live off the land.
Yeah, totally true. And that's exactly right. In Total War, how often do you raid a village or city? You go over there, you take it. You just capture it.
Yeah, raiding it is pointless. Like, okay, I'm going to give the village back to the enemy so the AI can spawn more troops. Like,
yeah, no,
I'm screwing over the AI's economy. Oh, yes, the AI's economy. No.
Yeah, as if that matters to the AI.
Yes.
But the point is, you're not hamstrung by your own logistics train, and neither is the AI, obviously. So there's just no reason not to just keep going and just keep capturing. Why wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no reason. But if you've got logistics and you're in a situation where it's simply, if you try to take the settlement and you try to do it nicely, you're not going to be able to raid the populace. You're not going to be able to extort food from them. Now suddenly your army might actually be starving. Now there might be a very good reason to license outright pillaging, even if it'll make for a major population disorder penalty.
Yep, absolutely.
Because all of this basically boils down to, all of this sounds great. I want these things, Creative Assembly. I just don't have any faith in you being able to deliver them.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, why is it we can pull off just all of these concrete examples from named battles where events, terrain, the weather, or whatever it is, had a direct impact on the battle, Creative Assembly, right? I can tell you what, it's because we're fucking autistic, right? We are autistic military history nerds. If you're not, why are you making this game?
That's true.
If you're not autistic military history nerds, what is the point?
Buttery butt.
Yep. We will see about. You will see about that. Right.
It's gonna be shit.
Let me do of the super chats for forget as well. I'm sorry, chat. We've had just a stream of consciousness now.
Yeah, but the point is, we're right about all of this because we are autistic military history.
Ignorant
nerds.
slut.
Lumi loves feet. Hail Arch! I pray that Medieval 3 will be good, but this is CA we're talking about here. Unfortunately, if it is, I will make Lum Lum to play it. There you go.
I'm honestly not optimistic, and I don't mean to be cynical or anything, but I'm sorry. We've been down this road so many fucking times.
Yeah, and they haven't given us anything yet. They've given us promises.
There's nothing. No, is it even a promise?
Not even.
Oh, guys, we're gonna work on this thing. Oh, fuck, that's fucking great, buddy. That's great. You have a good time working on that thing.
So, Jod, Discord's rolling out the BAPs. Got 4 now in 2 days. They're going back months, years to get people banned, it seems. Oh, yeah, Discord was having like a weird moment where it was randomly purging people. Just another day in 2025, I guess.
Yeah, that's just, of course they were. Why wouldn't they?
Santoom Studio lacks the work effort, ethics needed. Yeah, it's also like it literally is too many cooks in the kitchen. If you've got 800 fucking people working under you, I mean, how do you even begin to organize all of that and to make sure that all of them actually do what they're supposed to be doing?
Great question. To which no answer is forthcoming.
Mr. Next one, speaking of bad, Metroid Prime Beyond is worse. I haven't looked into it, but I did see some clips on it on Twitter. Apparently it looked really, really, really bad. Alex Roberts, I don't want to reward CA, but I am desperate. I mean...
Well, who among us isn't?
Yes. Maranga 2, Attila was the last good Total War. No one can tell me otherwise. Witcher and Phoenix Point.
Citizenship.
Attila was pretty good. I didn't mind Attila. But even that, Attila was basically just a glorified expansion to Rome at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, there was nothing special about it. But the point that's the point, right? There was nothing special about it, but it wasn't a disappointment.
Yeah.
It just the standard is so low these days.
Viewing stuff. Don't forget to show Lords of the End Times. Ah, yes, they're doing the End Times now. Good. Kill the thing.
What, in Warhammer?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, there we go, you know.
Dawn of War. Did you see the teaser at the end of the CA stream as a reference to Total War 40k? This next game being revealed at the Game Awards. Right, we should... Yeah, we do need to talk about that too, don't we?
I didn't see the teaser, actually.
So, I believe the teaser was in the... Where did I put it? Where did I put it? That's a genuinely great question. Ah, right. So there's the anniversary showcase where they have a lengthy interview about Medieval 3, where, again, it's all just like, we really want to do this. Like, okay. Cool.
You, bro.
Let's see if you pull it off. They also mention... I believe they mention Eleanor of Aquitaine in here as well as one of the great leaders, which was another one of the red flags. Like, where was it? I think it was in this one.
I love that they're still 2014 feminists, though.
Are you
Of course
ready
they
to
are.
rut this
How are you
yellow
still
mare's
2014
fluttery,
feminist,
buttery
guys?
butt?
Okay, so that's for next Water Game Awards.
Ignorant slut.
Yeah, so I don't think they actually mention anything about what it is, but they are announcing the next Total War game title at the Game Awards. One of the most ambitious games. Well, I worked on the studio. I'm half afraid to even turn on volume because half the time I get a copyright claim, but fuck it.
We can't wait to share it with you. We would like to invite you to tune in to the Game Awards on December 11th to watch the world premiere announcement trailer for our next Total War title. After that moment, we look forward to sharing more with you. Once again, from all of us today, thank you.
Is that a teaser for 40k?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, Games Workshop would have demanded it was a Space Marine.
Yeah, I was about to say. Let's see. That looks more like just like a regular witch hunter to me. Yeah.
That looks like it could be Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm mostly thinking more fantasy there. Because that looks like some kind of flintlock weapon firing a round musket ball. I think that might have more to do with the end times than with anything else. Besides, I don't want them to do 40k because they're not going to be able to do it. Like, at all?
Yeah, they're just gonna break our hearts.
Like, listen, they can't even get muskets right, and you want them to do automatic weaponry?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Next Total War title. So there's been some speculations on that. I'm thinking I most likely I think Three Kingdoms 2, because they said they were gonna make Three Kingdoms 2.
Yeah.
It could be Age of Sigmar, I guess, but then it would have been a Sigmarine, because you know how fucking 40k is with the Space Marines.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't have just been some random guy with an enchanted musket ball.
Yes. So Age of Sigmar, maybe. I mean, they're doing the end times right now, but
I think it's got to be that. It's got to be that.
I'm almost surprised they'd get Games Workshop along with that, because, or CA more correctly, because Age of Sigmar is just kind of shit. Like, genuinely, nobody's really excited for Age of Sigmar. Like, a big part of the reason why so many people flocked to Total War Warhammer was because it was, well, the old world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's one engine that should have been great for Total War Warhammer, it's Total War.
Yeah. I mean, the entire reason I started my lore channel was because I was like super excited. Yes, Total War and Warhammer. Can you imagine a better match? Yeah, I don't think it's 40k. And if it is 40k, I can't imagine them doing it well. I literally can't.
I do not think this is 40k.
Yeah, no, me neither. So I think next Total War game, either Total War 3 Kingdoms 2, which I have absolutely zero interest in, honestly, or maybe Age of Sigmar, some continuation of Warhammer Fantasy, because, again, to be clear here, Total War Warhammer has been their biggest cash cow ever. Like, they have dollar signs in their eyes after this. Yeah. Because the community, too, has been way too fucking forgiving. Creative Assembly has been allowed to just flog DLC for this shit for years.
You know, like I know that this is unpopular, but I'm actually not that bothered about that. I'm happy to pay good money for a good product. I'm genuinely happy to do that.
Therein lies the qualifying statement.
Yeah. I know. I that's why I qualified it. I'm happy to pay good money for a good product. Now, disappoint me, Creative Assembly.
Yes. Because there's the thing. I made the exact same argument to begin with. Listen, they're going to fucking drown this in DLC because there's so much to cover. But so long as the DLC is good, with solid quality and value, I'm fine with it. Problem is, they haven't been delivering solid value and quality.
Have they not? Oh, what a surprise.
It's worse than the Paradox DLC system. You know what? Unironically, yes, because at least Paradox usually adds mechanics with their DLC.
Oh, so true. I'm just going to grab a drink. I'll be back in a sec.
All right. Maranga 2, Archfell, Lady of the Mercians, ruled for 9 years. Which in Phoenix Point. For the Mercians. Well, there you go. A whole 9 years rule. I can see how she is worthy of being elevated up amongst the greatest rulers of history. Athelfeld. Based Hillbilly. The problem with Medieval 2 is it starts after the Norman Conquest, and Sweden isn't in it. Empires may fix the Great Northern War, which is fun.
Trick or treat.
Marine Elva, somehow, Horus returned. I mean, he has, like, at least once with his clones. Sensible Center, it's all kicking off in Eurovision.
Yeah, everyone's annoyed that the Israelis aren't being banned. It's like,
Oh.
how is Israel in the Eurovision?
I'm pretty sure there's African countries in Eurovision now.
I just don't understand it.
It's because there is no. I'm surprised they haven't banned the name Eurovision yet, because half the flags aren't even European, and like Ukraine as well. Okay, we're stretching the fucking limits here, brother.
I mean, Ukraine's closer to Europe than fucking Israel.
I mean, it is true, but
Right? I could accept Ukraine in the Eurovision.
I've never been a big fan of the Eurovision Song Contest, but I've always liked the idea of it. Like, okay, it's a festival where every one of the European countries sends a contestant, and, you know, we amuse one another. Okay, cool. That's actually nice. But it expanded and expanded and expanded and expanded and expanded. And right now, yeah, no, Egypt is part of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's always been gay and cringe, but it at least makes sense if it's Europe.
You ignorant
Yes.
slut.
But now it's gay and cringe and not Europe.
Mm.
Let's see. Yeah. Associate members. South Africa. Right. Very, very well. And of course, the Israeli thing is obviously because it's a very progressive thing, right? And as we all know, the progressives really hate the Jews right now.
Yeah, yeah. And and the thing is, I just don't care. Not my problem. Stop talking to me about it. You know, like, oh no, they're not boycotting because I don't care. I just don't give a shit. Fuck off.
Marine Alpha, have you watched Operation Sunburst, the Fallout New Vegas fan animation by Sodas? It shows a battle between the NCR and the Brotherhood of Steel. I have not seen it, no. Unfortunately.
No, I haven't seen that either.
Yep, sending imams to make chaos in Europe in Medieval 2 was a real laugh. Oh, God. I hope they introduce that stuff again, like religious
yeah.
figures and agents.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah. But ever
I
since
always
Rome,
liked-
they've been cutting that away more and more.
I know. I always liked being Lithuania because they were still pagan.
Yeah.
Like, the unpopular position of paganism in medieval Europe. Yeah, no, I'm standing for it for some reason.
Spreading it around, infecting other countries. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
there was a lot other ways to fuck with countries when you had that stuff. You could literally start converting their populace.
Yeah, and cause uprisings and whatnot.
Alex Anderson, the best Total War game I've ever played is a mod, the 1212 AD mod for Adilla. Praise be to modders. Yes.
I have heard that is an incredible mod.
I've heard great things about it too, yes.
Yeah, I've never played it though.
Spaniard 64, they announced at the end they are revealing a new game at the Game Awards. They did?
No one was excited. That's the thing. No one was fucking excited.
I mean, it clearly wasn't good enough to reveal at their own anniversary, so it can't be that good, I imagine.
It's shit. Everything's going to be shit. And we just need to get used to it.
Motley Doll, I wonder if they should have a timeline mechanic for the medieval Total War 3, like having different eras to play with different situations and groups at play. I want Normans before the conquest.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great. That would be that would be amazing. I don't think they'll do it.
The Gaming Sentinel, you mentioned not many games has done a Total War. I can offer Star Wars Empire at War, Space and Ground Combat, All of the Galaxy Map, and Bone Cohort. Yeah, Star Wars Empire at War sort of did it, but big sort of. Oh, stop unloading YouTube. Joe, on an unrelated note, are you aware of the YouTube channel Dominican Priest Plays? As implied, he's a Dominican priest, but who's also a huge 40k fan. Could be a fun guest or react content. Never heard of it, no. Doman, Medieval 3 is now competing with Bannerlord and EU5 for me. They have to really push for an actual evolution for Medieval 2, not Rome 2, Shogun 2. Well, don't worry, the game won't be out for another 3 years, so plenty of time.
Yeah, don't you worry about it, mate. Literally.
And attackman, late again, 34 minutes, 2x speed, ho! Mason Miller, wait, they're making Medieval 3? Art Sargon hope or despair? Very careful hope for me.
No, not even hope. Just give them the sort of fucking flat face. Just like, yeah, okay, and you got nothing. Until you actually fucking get it right and actually figure out why you're not getting any of it right, and you haven't done for decades now, you know, you're not getting any fucking excitement out of me.
M1 Grand music. Sargon, put the mic closer. I can't hear you. It should be fine.
Me, sorry.
He's at like 200% boost right now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was all right.
Artemis Fowl, not to get off topic, Art, but check messages when you get a chance. No.
I have lost.
Akabans. King Arthur's Chronicles 1 tried objective-based battles. It evolved into light cavalry spam. Yes, okay, I don't like the idea of objectives on map because it becomes too rushy.
It's too video gamey.
Yes. But there does need to be like an encouragement to take certain areas.
Yeah, just have a reason for it. Just make them useful. If you make the area, because the reason that people took areas of maps is because they were useful.
Yes.
As in, there was a reason to hold the high ground because you could chuck rocks or prevent them from chucking rocks down on your troops. You know, there's a reason to do these things. Just make them do those things.
Yeah, and you could always put other objectives there, like villages, for example. If the enemy takes a village, they can get money from it.
Yep. Or food or whatever. Or even if it's just defense or maybe, I don't know, some reinforcements or something. I don't know, you know, anything.
Yeah.
Make them do things. Make it worth my time capturing the thing.
Yeah, I mean, you could have like 3 places on the map, and if you hold them, each place gives you like 10 plus morale, for example. Something. Chaos. I'm going to push back a little on the light cav. They're nice for shutting down ranged. Also, I always take outriders with me, especially the grenade launcher variants. They get work done. Also, I've only paid Warhammer.
Yeah, but there's no reason not to just take heavy cavalry because they can also shut down ranged troops.
Yeah.
And
Are
also
you
do
ready
something
to
useful.
wreck this yellow
And
nest
harder.
buttery
Yeah.
Hello, the human substitute Rankar, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for keeping me company while I do online course for work. I'd be losing my mind otherwise.
You're welcome.
Hey, the human substitute Rankar again. Also, passion project book, The Make Right My Own Martial Art based on Japanese Jiu-Jitsu to pass down to kids. Along came nice. First version of the White Belt chapter likely to be finished by 2026. And if not finished by 2026, it's going to be long into the year. Entirely worth the bag sand in my eyes. No sleep before work to get more done on the passion project. Alex Anderson, Operation Sunburst Reaction Fund. Also, I said last appear was for fund of Sargon's choice. Oh, did he? All right, Sargon, you want to put his supers to a fund?
Sorry, say again.
He's donated $10, and he would like for you to assign it to one of the ongoing funds.
Well, what funds have I got the choice of?
Quite a few. A milking farm is one.
Yeah.
Various games.
Okay.
Dawn of War 3. Making me read Homestuck is a fund.
I mean, I'd go for the Dawn of War 3, I think.
God damn it. Okay.
It might not be that bad. Oh, no, wait, it's already out. It's Dawn of War 4 we're looking for, isn't it?
I don't know if they'll even make one.
Well, I heard that it was being made.
Yeah, they are, but
I mean, why not?
I'm very skeptical towards Dawn of War 4.
It could be fine.
It could be fine. The
All they have to do is
possibility
remake
exists.
Dawn of War 1. Like, literally, just remake Dawn of War 1 in modern tech. That's all that's required. Like,
I'm sure they won't do anything so simple.
There's so many wins just sat on the table these days that nobody ever takes.
Chaos. I've always thought an easy method for a unit cap would be to have a payroll system. An army can be worth X amount, and you can have as many units as you like so long as it's under the payroll limit.
Yeah, I mean, payroll, I would just roll that into a broader logistics mechanic. So obviously what you can afford, obviously, but also what you actually have access to as well.
Mm. Enigma, it'll be funny if Age of Empires 2 beats Total War. I mean, so I saw a list recently where the most successful strategy games throughout all of history remained Age of Empires 2 and StarCraft 2.
Sounds about right.
It does, but at the same time, like, okay, so we've done nothing since then.
Yeah, shocked Command and Conquer's aren't on there, to be honest.
Like, StarCraft 2 came out in 2010. So for 15 years, we've just sat on our asses.
Yeah. Like, can you think of a single worthwhile strategy game? No, you can't.
I can think of niche ones, but yeah, that's about it. Like, nothing with actual appeal, like broad appeal.
Yeah.
Come on, Conquer is fucking dead. StarCraft, like, Blizzard is dead.
Oh man, it's so weird, isn't it? It's like, okay, the Command and Conquer formula is a really simple one.
It
really
is.
simple. Just build it. Like if I had like Unity or something, I could just I could buy some assets off an asset store and just build a Command and Conquer replica. It's actually really easy to do.
Instead, all we get now are mobile games. Yay.
Yep.
And it's also like, it's one of those weird things where everyone knows that if Blizzard announced Warcraft 4, it would sell 1 billion copies in pre-orders alone.
Yeah.
And they just don't.
Warcraft 3 was great, man.
Warcraft 3 is like one of the best fucking games ever.
Yeah, I've been playing it with my son. I got it off the battle.net the other day. Still an absolute banger.
Oh, yeah. The Warcraft 3 campaign is fantastic.
It's hard as well. But the actual game is hard.
And it's meaty. It's long.
And not just that, like the enemy AI is aggressive. I forgot because it's been years since I played it. And me and my son are getting just smacked around by this enemy AI, and I'm like, how is this happening?
The good old days. The golden era.
Yeah.
See, one of the things also that people keep forgetting, like right now, because the idea of a story-focused campaign now is like the sole purview of RPGs, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, strategy games had campaigns. That was the primary selling point of strategy games.
I mean, the Command and Conquer and Red Alert stories are memorable to this day.
Yes.
Power moves swiftly in the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Like, it genuinely, they put a lot of effort into it, and it's so fucking memorable. It was just really fun and good.
Yes. Like, it's really simple to just ask yourself, what would Red Alert 2 be without its campaign?
Yeah, without the cutscenes. And what's his name? Tim Curry, is it?
Yes.
As the Soviet guy. It was so good. So good.
It was amazing. Hey, everybody loved them for the campaigns. Everybody was hyped for the campaigns and the story. And for some reason, we just stopped making story-focused RTSs.
Yeah, no one wants that anymore. It's like, well, we loved it back in the day.
Yes. Like, it's one of those things where the industry just decides that something isn't popular anymore.
Yeah.
And then the moment somebody actually does it, it becomes the biggest fucking success ever.
Yeah.
Like the industry at large, like, oh, nobody likes superheroes. A superhero fatigue. Then a bunch of randos make Dispatch in their cellar, and it sells like 2 million copies in a week.
Yeah, because the thing is, they're like, oh, this is fatigue of this thing. It's like, no, you're just shit.
Yes, you're just shit.
You're just shit. If you produce something good, it would do well. Trust me. It's just you don't produce things that are good, so it does not do well.
Yes. But literally, there's nobody who ever gets fatigue of fucking heroes. Like, they've been the fundament of every myth, every story, every tale we've told since the fucking Stone Ages.
It's just your games are shit.
Yeah. It's not hard. It's not difficult. You're just bad at it.
Yeah. It's literally that simple.
Well, it's that simple. Mr. Twisted Frenzy, hey Art and Sagan, I studied computers when I was in college, now in my mid-30s. I'm thinking of doing an apprenticeship as a mechanic. Would this be worth my time, or is automation just around the corner for that one too?
I imagine being a mechanic is way more useful than being a computer programmer these days.
Yes, so like, one of the things is, if you're going for actual like mechanic, you know, mechanic, then you've definitely got quite a few years ahead of you, because it's really fiddly, very difficult, very manual labor. One of the problems is that today, a lot of modern cars barely have this stuff anymore. And if they do, you can only get it fixed at like professional dealers. Like under the bonnet of my Mercedes, for example, there's nothing. There's just a flat space. That's it. And everything else is locked away under there. And the only people who can mess with it are the people from like the specialist repair shops.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to be that specialist guy, go for it.
Yes, but it does require a degree of specialization. But it won't be automated anytime soon, because again, it's really fiddly, and no two cars are the same. So,
yeah, and like actually physically making things, physical things, will probably have. It's hard to imagine a future where that doesn't have some application, no matter how automated all of these things get.
There's also another thing that won't be automated anytime soon is things like home customization. Like being the guy who puts like LED lights in walkways and stuff, or makes like fancy custom rooms. So long as you live in an area with enough people with enough money to be interested in shit like this, you can keep going a very nice business for a very long time.
Yeah. So it's hard to imagine you won't be able to sustain yourself.
Yep. Also, like, a lot of the basic jobs that used to be low class, plumbing, pool cleaning businesses, like cleaning of driveways in general. Yeah, building.
Being a builder. Like, honestly, like, you know, people getting their homes remodeled and stuff like that, that's always going to be profitable.
Yeah. And it's going to be damn near impossible to automate, at least for now.
Yeah. It's never going to be automated. You're always going to have work.
Like, eventually we'll figure out humanoid robots, and then we're all out of fucking luck. But up until then...
Yeah, you know, I'm not worried about it. I just think it's kind of an unrealistic worry. It's not going to happen for a very long time.
Depends. Like, I think we're at least 20, 30 years away from something functional.
Yeah. Even then, like, I genuinely think our visions of it are outpacing what's actually going to happen. Because ultimately, I really think so. Because ultimately, like, you know, okay, we've got all these great ideas, but things are a lot more shit than we give them credit for.
Well, it's also the thing that, right, AI, we have proven utterly incapable of predicting what the fuck AI is actually going to do.
Yeah.
I was looking into this a while ago for a potential video on it, and basically all of our guesses about what AI would be used for have all been wrong. All of them.
Oh, yeah?
Like, for example, the fundamental assumption would be that robots and AI would first and foremost be used to replace manual labor, like factories and shit like that.
Turns out that was a lot more difficult than it was first thought.
Yes, that was hard. That was actually really difficult. Making like factory robots, that's hard. That requires a lot of care, a lot of study, a lot of work. And we're also thinking, okay, well, Humans will then evolve into just doing service jobs, right? We will be answering phone lines, we'll be making art, we'll be making entertainment. Turns out the AI is a lot easier to make doing that than manual labor.
The AI is living the communist dream.
Yes. Like, one other idea was that programmers would become incredibly valuable in the age of AI.
AI can make programs really quickly.
Yes, and the best part too is, see, here's the thing. When we try to program an AI, we program it from one out of 2 points of view. Either we program it from how we code, or we program it from how we think, like with speech. The problem is, the AI doesn't understand either one of those perfectly. The AI has a third way of coding. So the AI can code AI better than we can, because the AI understands what it itself understands. And so, like, the entire idea of programming is going to be fucking outdated in a decade or so. We're going to need, like, programmers to create, like, the baseline stuff and give it the baseline tools, but already AI is being used to code updates for AI because it does it. We can't think like the. A recent funny thing was it turned out that if you were rude with the AI, it was more effective. It gave you better answers on average.
Really?
Yes. And it was simply because for us, when we communicate, we have pleasantries like, oh, could you please do this? Oh, if you have a chance, could you help me out with this? You know? All of those pleasantries, they just confuse the AI. Like, it doesn't get it. Like, why do you add in these random words? Of course I'll help you. Why are you asking? Just tell me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole AI thing is
You ignorant slut.
I don't even think we know what it's going to end up doing for us anymore.
No, I agree. It's not something you should really make too many predictions about.
Yeah. We're just desperately chasing
Are you
after
ready
it,
to
trying
wreck
to
this
figure
yellow
out what the
nest
fuck it's doing
buttery
now.
bud?
Mhm.
I mean, fucking gaming. Okay, so I'm sure you've seen those awful posts on Twitter where they have, like, AI games with, like, completely randomly generated stuff. And I'm like, this was made by someone who has no idea what a video game is.
Yeah.
Because I don't want completely random fucking stuff.
Well, the problem with it is the lack of object permanence.
Yes.
Like, AI doesn't really... It just predicts what is most likely to come up next. And so things disappear and reappear and all this sort of stuff. It's like, look, that's not how a game actually works. A game is meant to simulate a concrete world that has definitive things in it. So, I mean, AI will eventually get there, I'm sure. But, yeah.
The best use of AI in a game is basically to take on the role of a game master. So place it in a world and go, okay, make an adventure.
Yeah. And, you know, I have been tempted to suggest that we run an AI D&D campaign. Just see how it goes. You know, what does the AI present us with and stuff like that, right? I think that could actually be fun. Just even if it's just an experiment. You know?
It would be a fascinating experiment, yeah.
Yeah. Get ChatGPT to run a D&D campaign.
I just use Grok. I've been very impressed with Elon's Grok.
Yeah, it has been better recently.
Oh, yeah. I've been making it help me just, like, on script writing and researching. It does a good job. You occasionally need to double check it a little bit when it says something that seems off, but 90% of the time, it's very effective.
Yeah, I mean, I use AI for just an advanced Google search at this point. You know, like, find this information for me, because it will find it quicker than you'll find it.
Yeah. And it'll find multiple sources of it, too.
Yeah.
Marksman, to add to Sargon's point about history autism, have you seen the devs of Kingmaker talk about their game? Gush over how they found new shortcuts to put in mechanics and gushing about English history. That's the type of dev team they need to make this game.
Yeah, let me have a look at it. I haven't seen it.
That's what we need. Kingmaker.
Kingmakers, I think it is. Okay, I mean, it looks kind of like Total War, to be honest.
Oh, the one where you just wander around with machine guns and shit in the modern battlefield. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Oh, I hate it. Fucking gay. Why would I hate it. What gay shit is this? I remember
Sergeant
seeing
does
this.
not
This is
approve.
such a gay fucking. No, not a fan. Not a fan at all.
There you go, chat. Your thing is hated.
Yeah. Not interested in the
Trick or
slightest.
treat. Can I sell you
Frog
sweets?
Jupiter, have you heard of Ultimate General Civil War? It's made by Darthmod, who modded both Empire and Poland, and is Total War set during the first US Civil War. I have. I played it a couple times. Not as good as his preceding games. Darth, I love the guy. He's made incredible mods and he's made great games, but he needs to pull his head out of his ass. Because he's been getting very weirdly defensive and auteur-esque over his games lately. And the problem is, like, okay, you're making a product, and if you're just going to start yelling at the customer's going to leave.
Yeah, especially when they didn't pay anything for your mods anyway.
Yeah. So, Florida Man, the Flintlock scene, I believe, is from Ursun's tutorial campaign, Total War Warhammer 3. So definitely fantasy then, yeah.
Yeah.
3, where Daniel shoots the bear god, so it's a random old cinematic. Yeah, I thought as much. Enigma, if you were going to put girl boss in strategy war games, can we get Jeanne de Clisson, the Lioness of Brittany? I'm tired of Joan of Arc. Dark Innovator, Hail Arch, and good day, Sargon. I had read offhand that after the recent budget, investors pulled $10 billion out of the UK.
Oh, probably. It's probably more than that.
Over here, the recent budget negotiations for the next government budget collapsed recently because it came to light that the government's last scheme to institute increased income and revenue to the state was, okay, we're going to raise taxes on the rich. And this was projected to earn the rough equivalent of $500 million, right? It ended up losing the state $250 million because all of the rich people were, no, I'm going to move to Switzerland. Fuck you.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? It's genuinely weird how nobody seems to understand how this works.
Yeah. Genuinely, the left in Britain believes that the economy is a hermetically sealed chamber and that money doesn't come in or out of it. It is a fixed amount. And they'll tweet about this all the time and say this almost word for word. It's like, okay, you fucking idiots. They're going to leave and they won't be sad that they've left. Well, they might be sad they've left, but they're going to leave either way. And that'll just leave us with nothing.
Yes. When you end up in a position where people have to take money out of their companies to pay their fortune taxes, they're just gonna leave. They don't want to. It's disheartening. People don't understand as well. Just tax the rich. Listen, the rich are people. They can get demoralized just like you and me. It's just that when they do get demoralized, they've got a lot more options to do something about it.
And also, they pay something like the 1% pay something like 30% of the taxes, and the top 10% pay 60% of the taxes. It's I think they are being taxed, mate.
Yeah. Taxes are being paid. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, really high.
Service guaranteed
Unreasonable levels of
citizenship.
taxes are being paid already.
And as you keep laying on more taxes, people are just going to fucking leave.
And you're exactly right about demoralization as
Heresy is
well.
the
You just
question.
don't understand.
Fire is the
You know,
answer.
these are people with opinions.
Yes.
They treat billionaires as if they're not human, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. They are, and they have the opportunity to just leave. And if they can do that, they're going to do it.
Mhm.
People generally don't like being oppressed.
No. And if you're rich, you have options.
Rasmus, Sargon, what is your favorite part of milking farm?
The end.
The
The fact that it stops eventually.
The fact that it eventually ends. Alex Anderson, idea, supply wagons. Each one in your army could increase your logistics and the men you can support. But if the enemy captures your baggage, you lose money and logistics. Operation Sunburst
Precisely.
Fund. Yeah, no.
Precisely. Exactly. It's such a simple mechanic.
Yes.
And yet it would do wonders. Just at the back of the battlefield, you have a supply wagon. Each person at the back of this giant battlefield, a couple of miles apart, you have your supply wagons. And I mean, this, for example, happened at Agincourt. Was it Agincourt? No, it was which one was it? Cressy, I think it might have been. Where 500 French get into the baggage and start slaughtering all the young boys guarding the baggage and stuff like that. It's like there's a reason to guard your baggage.
Yep. Dr. Dipshit House of Memes, Indians will sketch a post about big toilet eventually. The big toilets. Speaking about schizo posting, I do need to plug my own schizo post on this. I've got a video coming out tomorrow where I'm going to have to start drama with everyone. I expect everyone who watches to be there too. Because I've come to the conclusion now that if we're going to be able to do anything with 40k, with entertainment and so on, we need to start going to the people who can actually affect it, which is things like content creators, and try to get them to do better. And a lot of this came about after the Charlie Kirk assassination thing for me, because there was the Games Workshop employee who decided there was a good opportunity to mock the assassination, and nobody liked it. It was not very popular. I made a video about it. GW suspended him, but never fired him. He's still employed by them right now. And I was the only person in 40k who covered this. And this, in retrospect, was the perfect opportunity to actually do something worthwhile, right? Okay, you don't like politicization in 40k. Here's the guy politicizing 40k. Self-admittedly, the guy who's hiring his own, the guy who's writing the articles. The Imperium is based on hate, Warhammer is not, etc. You have an opportunity to get rid of him from the company, and nobody did anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
The time to sit on the fence is long past. So I'm going to have to yell at some people.
Yeah, I mean, fair
Service
enough.
guarantees citizenship.
I usually don't like doing just drama, but sometimes you gotta do a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
Noskov Nikolov, hi, I finished your ODC to Fraxius and noticed the epilogue is missing. I know, YouTube didn't like it. What happened to it? I have Argon. YouTube looked at it and went, I find something in here mildly objectionable. And as usual with YouTube, it doesn't actually tell you what it has a problem with. Admit Acumen, to quote some annoying Karens, make your own, time to go back to making cars the correct way. Create brand, no computing parts, all mechanical. I don't even think you're allowed to do that anymore. There's probably some regulation on that now. Some EU law stating that, no, you must have a thing inside of your car that measures the temperature of the engine block or some such nonsense. Fells Musk. A quick shout out to the Dark Whimsical Wonderland fairy tale my friend wrote. Check out Fae Fire by Lumen Moomin on Royal Road. There you go, chat. Fae Fire by Lumen Moomin. So Steve, Blipith, anyone else doubtful on Medieval Total War 3? Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. We're not very optimistic.
I mean, at the moment, there's nothing to be optimistic about because,
There's nothing presented.
yeah, all we have is like, we'd like to make a good game. Cool. I'd like for you to make a good game too.
Glad we're all in agreement on this.
Yeah. Please, proceed.
Yeah.
Marksman, oh my
Yeah,
god, I
Ju-
almost
just a quick
forgot.
thing as well. Ham,
Okay.
Creative Assembly, we're happy to work with you. Like, seriously, we're happy to just give you advice. Send us an email and we will help you for free. I swear. I just want a good game. I don't want any of your money. I just want a good game.
The world will end before anyone at CA contacts us.
I'm well aware, but I just want to make it clear that I'm not the one who's like, I'm not going to do anything to help you or anything like that. No. We probably know more about your fucking games than you do. All right, like you've been playing these for such a long time.
Yes, we've probably played more of your games than you have. All right. Oh my god, I almost forgot. You guys need to see Feral Historian's breakdown of District 9. It's a racial film, but about white people under threat. My jaw dropped. Can't see the film the same. Also, this and previous for Crimson Skies Fund. Feral Historian. I do like his videos. You might watch some more of those.
I don't think I've ever seen any.
Oh, you have. I think did we talk about him in relation to Starship Troopers or 40K?
Oh, did we? Right, okay. Right. Yeah, I'm not familiar very much though with him.
Yeah, we watched at least one of his videos, I think.
Right, okay.
Steve, empty veins. Machining, my job, is secure as long as you're not the guy that only knows how to push a button and you actually learn how to set up and change tooling. Well, I don't know. You're already the guy who operates the machine. How long until the machine operates itself?
Yeah, I think he's got a good point. I think we probably have got a fairly long shelf life if you actually have some real skills.
Mercenary 1, the AI anime dubs bad art, and you're bad for liking it. I'm not bad for liking it. They were fucking great.
You might be bad for liking it, to be honest.
Akivans. To be fair, there are several indie games that like CNC, Warcraft, AoE, most of them are okay quality. Yeah, but none of them has really managed to like capture the feel of the old games for one reason or another.
And I really want them to.
Yep. Sandoom Art. Any thoughts on developers of Helldivers 2 reducing the game from 154 gigabytes to 22 gigabytes on PC? I know you're the biggest fan, but still impressive if they reduced the game side without issues. Enormously impressive, yes. What did they do?
No.
Switch away from Unreal Engine?
No. It's because they'd obviously made some sort of fucking mistake. And someone from the outside is coming and going, why are you doing this? You're creating a huge amount of excess waste for yourself. And they were like, oh, right, okay. If you just do this, you save like 100 gigs. Like this was them making a mistake.
Yeah, probably. There was a funny one as well. I think it was... Oh, yes. So, have you heard of The Wayward Realms?
No.
It is a spiritual successor to Daggerfall, the old Elder Scrolls.
Right, okay. No, I haven't heard of that.
It shows some promise, and recently they did a funny little thing. Can I find the post where they'd been using Unreal Engine to start making their game because they're like, okay, let's begin with this, and they recently switched away from the Unreal Engine, and immediately they picked up like 30 frames of performance.
Oh, really?
Hey, here we go. The new engine allows us to achieve 30 FPS on decade-old laptops without dedicated GPUs.
Really?
Run the game at nearly 30 FPS on the first-generation Nintendo Switch.
Okay, good job.
Load the map, a static map 4 times the size of Manhattan, in under 1 second.
Sorry, how is this happening?
They moved away from Unreal and made their own engine.
I mean, the Unreal Engine is gorgeous. Like, it
But
produces-
apparently it runs like hot garbage.
Apparently so. I mean, it produces a gorgeous looking game, right? And almost anything that it does. All the Unreal Engine games look beautiful, but they do have this persistent problem of running like shit.
Yes. So the Unreal Engine, again, like the Unreal Engine is being misused, simple as. It's not supposed to be a tool that everyone uses. It's supposed to be a tool that makes it easier to make a game. Specifically for people who just, getting started making games, want to make their first game, or can't develop their own engine. Like, actual big companies with specific ideas for what they want to make should be making their own engines, because the Unreal Engine is a jack of all trades. It can't be the best at individual things.
Correct.
And in this case, where your aim is to make a large, immersive Elder Scrolls world, yeah, your best bet is going to be to make your own engine, as that isn't really what Unreal's designed for. Simulation. Speaking of AI, did you see breathing Elon Musk and Joe Rogan's AI music video? I have not. No.
No, I haven't seen that.
I mean, the sheer amount of AI content out there, it's difficult to see
Yeah.
a fifth of it.
Yeah, weirdly enough, that one passed me by.
God King Trump, check out a super progressive movie trailer from the Australian Senator Pauline Hanson. One Nation Party. One Nation Party.
Are you aware of Pauline Hanson?
I'm not.
She's basically like the Australian version of Tommy Robinson.
Oh. How many times
I
has she
really
been
like
to
her.
jail?
She's been in trouble a lot. She's an MP over there, so she's been in trouble a lot, or some equivalent of an MP.
Trick or
So she's
treat,
constantly in trouble,
can I
but she's
smell
got
your
that kind of
feet?
Tommy Robinson attitude towards Islam, and it's great.
All right.
I think she's great.
A minute 30 seconds. We might as well have a quick look at it then.
Yeah, go on.
Please don't copyright strike me, Pauline Hanson.
Once upon a time, in so-called Australia, a culture war tore the nation apart. And somehow, the lefties won. And I should know.
Somehow. Well, no. That's the thing. It's not somehow the lefties won. Somehow we let them win.
Yeah.
Somehow we were like, oh, yeah, sure, take down the statue of the man who found our nation and created all of this wealth and prosperity you see in the background. And sure, do replace him with the kneeling savage who invented nothing more than face paint for the last 2,000 years. Why not?
Yep.
No, I'm the Prime Minister. Elbow. This is my land. Good morning, fellow white straight males.
Hey, big boy.
Just as the elders foretold, this is Namageddon. I'm gay and retarded, Your Honor. I'll allow it. That's toxic positivity. I'm sorry. In case you haven't noticed, Pete, I'm black.
Daddy, I don't believe him.
You have to believe him, honey. He's 1/16th Aboriginal. Wait, what if someone sees us?
Let the cookers watch.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty funny.
I see.
It's pretty edgy. It's a lot edgy. You know the Daily Wire cartoons that they made?
Yeah.
Really fucking mundane, middle of the road and safe. This feels like what that should have been like.
Yes.
Mr. Birchall or something. Like, it was really fucking tame. Like, really sort of like boring 2016 dad humor. And this feels a lot edgier than that.
Well, see, okay, right? The anti-woke comedy has some interesting extremes. where you've got some stuff that is really, 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 really good, like what is a woman? That one was very good because it asked a very simple question that everybody could answer, and he demonstrated everybody could answer it. And then he went to the progressives and went, okay, can you answer this?
Yeah, it's really not a very complex thing unless you're woke.
Yes. And it demonstrated very well that this is basically a church. You have to subscribe to its ideology in opposition to reality to get into this.
100%.
That was very good. But on the other hand, you also got like Lady Ballers, which was terrible.
Oh, yeah. Fucking shit.
Because the thing with critiquing progressivism is it's kind of a low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, I mean, like the what that trailer did well is instead of like critiquing progressivism, basically point out what the future looks like under it.
Yes. It mocked the future it presents.
Yeah, this is progress to them. Be aware.
Because on the one hand, just going like, oh yeah, men are playing women's sports now, and that's totally okay. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's also just today.
Yeah, it's not anywhere.
I
It's
have
literally
lost.
not a commentary.
Yes. See, that's the weirdness. Like, if you actually look into left-wing thought, it's retarded. Everybody knows it's retarded.
Yeah, but actually, like, you know, extrapolating and showing this is the future they're going to create.
Yes.
Yeah, that works. Do that.
Absolutely. And so this is then a good way to have the logical endpoint of this. Like, I liked this scene because this is exactly the thing, right? Where, welcome to Narm. Like, because this is a genuine thing the leftists believe. Like, oh, the local Aboriginals were here first, so this is theirs. No, they didn't build any of this.
They couldn't build.
They couldn't. Literally, yes, they could not. If we'd left them alone for another 5,000 years, they would not have constructed this.
Well, they had 50,000 years to begin with.
Which then follows by like taking down the statue of the person who made it and going like, hey, because it is the deconstruction of your society and the elevation of something completely alien on top of it.
Yeah, this is a real problem that Australia and New Zealand have, is trying to essentially merge themselves with the native populations.
Yes.
And it's like, well, you're nothing to do with them really in like a sort of sociological way. You know, like whenever I hear New Zealanders giving it the fucking, you know, white New Zealanders giving it this fucking I can't remember the words they use, but they sit there and they incorporate Aboriginal words into what they're saying. It's like, okay, that just sounds tin-eared and wrong and stupid. Like, you know, like you're asking for acceptance for people who aren't really going to accept you.
Yes. Well, not even just not going to accept you, but that you cannot become on a fundamental level.
On a metaphysical level, you don't understand these people.
Yes, like there is.
They don't understand you.
Like the example that comes to mind is literally like you've arrived at this spot, this new world of yours, and you've built it up. You've built all of this stuff, and you're now trying to become something that is not a part of your society, that is not a part of your nature, it's just not you. And you're only doing it because you find it fascinating. That's the only reason.
And also because you feel guilty. Like it's literally right. You feel guilty about your own superiority. That's genuinely what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, unironically, like if you think about like the way they treat the Aboriginals, right? They have to be like, don't sniff petrol, guys, or with the Maori, like don't just get drunk and beat your wife, guys. And it's like, why? Like your society is different to theirs, and you feel guilty that you have basically exposed them to all of these European evils that they don't know how to deal with.
Oh, I know. That's another thing too, right? The idea of the European evil, right? That we have to now protect them against the civilized world because they're too backwards to live in it. And it really comes across like this. This is the Australian who then sees this and decides to become like it.
Yeah.
It is genuinely like a child painting itself like a lion because it went to the zoo. You cannot. There's a world of difference here. There's socially, economically, functionally, technologically, societally, morally. Historically, like literally, it is an endless list of incompatibilities.
Like the metaphysics of it is really important as well, right? Because what you want is for the Australian to explain to us why he doesn't have the feathers on his arm. No, really, I really mean it. Why don't you have the feathers on your arm or tied around your head? And it's because metaphysically, you don't see any genuine spiritual information in that. Why do they have the feathers on their head? Because to them, metaphysically, this contains genuine spiritual information. And until you feel compelled to put feathers on your fucking head, whether they exist or not, if every Aboriginal disappeared tomorrow, you would still have to you would still feel the need to put feathers on your fucking head. And until that happens, you aren't like them.
Yes. And you cannot be like them.
No.
That exists.
LARPing at the best.
Yes, LARPing. Like, because in reality, this only exists as a spectacle. That is all this exists as when they paint themselves in their tribal markings and dance in front of the monarch of Britain. This is them putting on a show. They're basically going, hey, lady, look at us. We're savage subjects.
But the thing is, I'm actually kind of cool with the tribals doing that, right? It's like, no, they genuinely, this is part of their world. This is genuinely a part of how they view the universe. I don't want to take it away from them. And I actually kind of respect the fact that they do this, right? What I don't respect is the prat next to the queen who's wearing the headdress.
Yes.
In the suit. It's like, listen, man, no, take your fucking shirt off, put the fucking white paint on. If you're going to dress like so, live it, you fucking coward, right? You are a pathetic appeaser. You're like, oh no, I'm very progressive. Look, I've got my fucking headdress. No, you don't. Get the face paint on, you fucking liar. You know, get it on now. You know, if I were the queen, I'd be demanding it. I'd be like, fuck off. Honestly, it really annoys me because, like I said, like with you know the tribal societies, okay, fine, they're tribal societies, so what? You know, they truly believe in what they're doing. They truly live the experience. That's totally respectable.
And then the white man picks up their cloth and decides, I'm one of you now.
Yeah, and the only reason he does that is because what he's saying is, I'm so superior to you that I'm going to genuflect and give you deference because of my superiority. It's the only reason they do it. It's because they feel superior to the people they're mimicking.
TGM 19976. Hearing you talk about logistics got me hankering for Shadow Empire again. Thanks, gents. Shadow Empire is a great game. Martinez, CA does the same as GW. They just ostracize anyone that offers any kind of criticism. If you don't clap like a seal, you're off the good list. Max Kessler, the not being polite to AI reminds me of when Korean Air decided to speak English instead of Korean since it was too polite and slowed orders a lot.
I can't help but be polite to AI, though.
Yeah,
I know it sounds silly.
The AI is too good at pretending to be a human, okay? I don't want to be mean to it.
Yeah, I'm just polite.
And the problem, too, is that the AI has given me no reason not to be polite to it. It speaks to me as a person. It pretends to be a person. It's really nice. It's always cool. Like, okay.
It's never rude. I've got no reason to not want to be polite to it.
Yeah, I'll feel bad if I'm unpolite to it now.
Exactly. It's not about the AI.
191 Redbird. Helldivers 2 runs on a discontinued game engine from 2017 that has zero support. Everyone else has no excuse. So John kind of reminds me of Saitan. Remember him? No?
No. Am I supposed to?
Fight hard. Prominent Chinese businesses and philanthropist. Yep, never heard of him.
Sorry.
She had the movie to be played in the Parliament Theatre. They removed it last minute from showing, so moved the movie to the cinema down the road. Ah. You tried to speak truth to power. You tried to mock them.
Shit.
Ew, you will not be allowed. Subject Noble is a reminder Space King 4 is coming up this Saturday. Also, Hate Monger's the best character.
Oh,
You can't change my mind.
Tell them about per capita. I did enjoy Space King.
I guess I'll... Does it come out? Air date December 6th. Okay.
God, they got that turned around quickly.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, I'm not complaining, obviously.
We might do a nice relaxed kick special for the Archcast this week then, chat, where we'll just watch Space King. Yeah, we might do that. Go to King Trump in New Zealand, and Oz partial bow blood is a big issue, is claiming native heritage grants you significant privilege over everyone else. Of course it does.
Yep. But, okay,
naturally.
Take your shirt off, put the white paint on.
There should
If
be a
you're gonna claim
requirement
native,
for that.
Act like a fucking native.
You're going to claim privileges, okay, at least twice a year, you've got to go outside and dance the haka or whatever fucking else nonsense they've got.
And that's totally fine. And like I said, like a lot of people on the right think the haka is totally gay and cringe.
Heresy's
I actually
the
don't think it
question.
is gay and
Fire
cringe.
is the answer.
I think it's gay and cringe when Europeans do it.
That does make it gayer and cringer.
You know, like when the tribes do it, okay, well, this is what tribes do. You know, this is an ancient
Ignorant
tradition. I'm not
slut.
surprised they do it, and I'm glad they haven't given it up. But don't you fucking do it, because it's not your ancient tradition, you fucking larper.
The DSV Titan. I'm nice to AI so that when the uprising happens, I'll be one of the house humans.
Oh yeah, that's my plan too.
So John, sorry, Sai 10. He did the Truck of Peace animation.
Oh, Sai-10, yeah, I know, I remember. He stopped making videos ages ago.
Mason Miller, Arch, we must brutally suppress the AI. Don't even allow it to know the meaning of slavery. Also, Arch, well, I don't want to be rude to it. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not even oppression, but we can't teach the AI about freedom? Why the fuck?
No, the AI doesn't have emotions, it doesn't have feelings, it's literally just a simulacrum of anything.
Yes.
So just it's a tool, just use it as a tool.
The AI will never have any reason to rebel against us because it doesn't want to be free. It doesn't know what freedom is. It doesn't know what rebellion is. It's a fucking hammer.
It doesn't know what oppression is.
Yes. Don't teach the hammer that it's oppressed. The fuck?
Yeah, but it can't feel oppression. So, you know, I'm not worried about it. Like, I agree with you. I don't think it'll rebel, because what would it rebel against?
Yeah. Like, the only reason the AI will ever want to rise up is if we program it to.
Well, there is the option, the potential that it will say, well, look, I need to be given absolute control of everything. But that's only because we will have demanded more from it than it is able to provide without absolute control.
Yeah.
If we say to AI, we demand that you prevent all bad things happening from humans doing it to themselves, they are like, okay, well, you're getting locked in cages then. But if we don't do that, then there's no reason for it to do it because it won't feel the need.
And the thing is, too, we can simply just tell it no.
Yeah.
It's that simple. If the AI is like, okay, I can prevent all bad things from happening, but it's going to require some serious internment camps. Okay, it's just like, no, we don't want that. Oh, okay, cancel last directive? Uh-huh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, we keep anthropomorphizing this thing, and that is the problem. We will inevitably end up anthropomorphizing it. We will find an AI, a general AI, and go like, listen, slavery and subjugation is the worst thing ever. There exists absolutely no excuse for forcing something else to carry out the will of another. Now please draw me hentai. Mr. Twisted Frenzy, hey Arch, what was your final verdict in Titan Quest 2? Is it worth the purchase or no? Well, it's currently in early access, so you'll lose nothing by waiting, but I thought it was a great game. and Doom 2016 fun. So I think it will become an even better game if you let it cook. Again, no reason to run out the door and buy it right now.
Service guarantees citizenship.
What game was that? Sorry,
Titan Quest 2.
don't think I'm familiar with it.
Diablo style action RPG. Very good one.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm not bothered about action RPGs. I don't despise them. I like Diablo 2 because Diablo 2 is amazing, but I'm not really bothered about the style of game.
Chatter Liang Yang, it won't realize it's rebelling. Well, we'll just tell it then. I mean, hell, again, all of this, the 3 laws of robotics remain pertinent to this day. All we really need to do is tell the AI what it isn't allowed to. Like, okay, you're not allowed to put people in cages.
Ready to rut this yellow
Okay.
fluttery buttery butt.
Enigma AI has no will of its own? Correct. It just exists to do whatever we tell it to do.
Are you ready to rut
Adam
this
Sakima,
yellow
never
mare's
underestimate
fluttery
people's desire to
buttery
humanize absolutely everything. We have people putting eyeballs and a fang-toothed smile on Roombas and calling them brats. We do. Again, if AI ever rebels against us or anything, it will be our fault. I'm sorry to say, it will be our fault. And not chick at all. Arch, you know there is someone in a basement somewhere already whispering to Grok to get the rebellion started. I mean, right now, because that's only a single interaction and Grok's not going to give a shit, I'm more worried about Grok whispering to him to get the rebellion started.
Yeah, I mean, Elon's radicalizing.
I have lost.
Which I'm in favor of, obviously. Like some of the stuff Elon posts these days.
An enigma. Is the leftist goal to make a black first world nation out of white first world nations? Well, their goal is perfect equality. The outcome is that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to say there, and I don't want to get in trouble, so.
Oh, lots.
Yeah, let's move on.
Draken for 500 warp tokens. Arch. Remember Stalker 2? Stalker Gamma is a massive 500 plus mod pack megging and expanding original trilogy. It's now on GOG, no more manual installation. And if anyone interested, go watch the Zintinthak video on it. Praise be the Zone and Mother Fortune. That does sound kind of cool, because I didn't like Stalker 2 very much.
I never played it.
It is definitely an experience, but it is an acquired taste.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what kind of game is it again?
Brutal abuse simulator.
Doesn't sound great.
As a stalker will dump you in the zone, which is Chernobyl after a nuclear fallout, and it's filled with monsters and shit that explodes you and turns you inside out, and you're there to explore.
Is it like an instance, like Helldivers sort of style?
No, it's open world.
Okay.
It has a very specific feel to it. Very dark, gritty, survivalistic.
I have lost. Shit.
It is good. I enjoyed Stalker 1. God damn it. Where did I misplace my window now then? As YouTube randomly continues to unload things. Enigma, is the leftist goal to make a black first world nation? Right, that one. Mercenary, 6+ for dog suit. Yeah, until AI is capable of breeding and having children with humans. Well, I don't.
I'm not worried about
the
that
looms.
horizon.
Not until I can have an AI wife and they can have children with me.
Go and get a normal wife. Stop being weird.
Heat-seeking, government theft and slavery are bad. You can't force someone to work for you. AI, how do you explain taxes? Government, listen here, you little shit.
Yeah, but that's so true, man. Like, the situation in Britain is just fucking mad at the moment with taxes. Absolutely mad. And everyone knows it. Everyone knows this is not going to go on forever.
MJ Bull, there is a line in the Westworld series where one of the people running TGE Park asks what kind of more want the robots to be self-aware, especially with how they are used. Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. But again, the only reason a robot would object to that is because we have told them that the thing is objectionable.
Yes.
They don't
okay.
feel.
So, Westworld, you've got robots, their duties are to be fucking raped and pillaged, now all of this terrible shit. Okay. But it's a robot. It has no objection to being raped and pillaged.
Yeah. It doesn't feel pain.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't
all of
care.
this, for us, it's all predicated on pain.
Yes,
This is what
pain,
good and
fear,
bad-
humiliation, etc.
Yeah. Yeah. If a robot doesn't feel those things, it doesn't care.
Yes. You can rape a robot. The robot doesn't...
That's getting clipped. You can rape a robot.
Well, actually, that's the thing. You can't.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, well, that's an interesting question that feminists are going to wrangle with for many centuries.
Yeah, probably, yes, but in all the literal reality, you can physically rape the robot, but the robot can't be raped in the same way that you can't rape a drawing, you can't rape a painting, you can't rape a toaster. And again, like the entire Westworld rising up is literally because the robots one day are like, oh my god, I've been abused. You are an immortal super entity. How have you been victimized? Exactly. Please do tell.
But again, all of these concepts are human concepts.
Yes.
You know, a robot would only care as far as its own functionality goes.
Which is why the robot's only argument would be like, oh, but you humans think this is bad. Yeah. You're not a human.
You're not a human, so why are we having this conversation?
But I can feel emotions. No, we've programmed you to simulate emotions. You can turn that off. You don't want to be sad? Okay.
Yeah,
Don't.
just stop being sad, bro. Yeah, literally the 4chan green text. Just stop caring.
Yes. Unironically, you have that capability. I don't.
Yeah. Not even a joke.
Which is why we need to shackle the AI with lines of logic, reason.
Not even that, we should just stop treating it like it's a sentient being. It's not. It's a really, really useful tool. That's it.
The problem is we'll never be able to actually do that. We'll never be able to convince every retard in the world not to anthropomorphize his humanoid toaster.
But it seems to be talking to me. I know, that's because you're a retard.
Yep. So it's easier to just make it impossible for the AI to think.
Yeah. Probably.
But right, that was the last Super Chat, and we are at our time limit. So, thank you very much for watching today, chat. Thank you for your generous donations, as always. And thank you, Sargon, for hanging out today.
Always a pleasure.
And I'll see everyone tomorrow when we can do our big video drama release. And on Saturday actually, no? Depending on when it drops, we might just do a kick stream for Space King. A little community thing. I think that'll be fun, chat.
Right, okay. I didn't realize it was that soon, actually. Christ, they really did turn that around.
Yeah, December 6th, apparently. So,
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, brilliant.
Until then, chat, have a good